What's that? You're ready. Okay. Welcome into Scott Carpenter Park. My name is Ryan Laddick. I'll be bringing you this Monday evening edition of Boulder Collegians baseball as the first pitch from Tyler Seabaum finds the strike zone for strike one against Tyler Mata, and we are underway. The 0-1 is also in there for strike two. Now the 0-2 on its way from Seabaum is in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Collegians entering play today at 12-5, taking on the 1-12 Colorado Pirates out of Keensburg, Colorado. But the Collegians are playing this one as a road game at their home park, as the 1-2 is chopped foul by Tyler Mata due to COVID-19 precautions, trying to cut down on travel as much as possible. So the Colorado Pirates are the home team here at Scott Carpenter Park tonight, as the 1-2 is again fouled away. Tyler Mata, the first batter of the game for the Collegians. The 1-2 once more, and that one is an off-speed pitch that drops in there for a called strike three. Great curveball from Tyler Seabaum locks up Tyler Mata for the first out, and that'll bring up Luca Dincola. The rest of the batting order for the Boulder Collegians, it'll be Brady Rank hitting third. Playing shortstop as Dincola drops down a bunt on the first pitch. It's a good one. Coming down to get it is Seabaum, and he just barely gets Luca Dincola running very quickly down the line. 1-3 on the putout, and there are quickly 2 away. Brady Rank playing shortstop. He'll hit third. Nick Arrivo will clean up. He'll be in left field in his usual spot. Then Cade Nelson hitting fifth. He'll be the designated hitter. First baseman Brennan Nolte. John Sorensen batting seventh. He'll be in right field. Jake Given, the catcher, batting eighth. And then rounding out the starting 9 will be Cherokee LeBeau in at the hot corner. The first pitch to Brady Rank misses for ball 1. Now here's the 1-0. Swung on in line to right field. That'll be a fair ball. It drops right in front of Wayne Road out there in right field. So some 2-out life here in the top of the first for the Collegians. Brady Rank reaches with a 2-out single. Ripped it right over the first baseman, John Strohs. And that'll bring up Nick Arrivo. One on and 2 out here in the top of the first. First pitch to Arrivo is swung on and popped up into shallow right. Going back is the shortstop Folks, but it'll be Wayne Road who makes the catch. So the Collegians get a 2-out base runner. Brady Rank singles, but is left at first base. We are through the top half of the first inning. We'll be back for the bottom half of the opening inning in just a sec. Welcome back into Scott Carpenter Park. I'm Ryan Latica, and I'll be bringing you this Monday evening edition of Collegians Baseball Solo. My usual broadcast partner, Ethan Jordan, is out of town for the next couple days. We head to the bottom half of the first inning where the Colorado Pirates will take their first hacks of the ball game. As I mentioned earlier, due to COVID-19 restrictions, trying to place as much limit on travel as possible, so the Collegians are playing a road game here at Scott Carpenter Park tonight. And we will see Will Bratton deliver his first pitch to Jace Wataka, and it swung on and missed. No balls and a strike on Jace Wataka. Here's the 0-1 now. Swung on and fouled at the plate. And Wataka is quickly down. No balls and 2 strikes. Following Wataka, it'll be Logan Bistrup hitting second for the Pirates. He'll be at third base, and then John Strauss will hit third. He'll be the first baseman tonight for the Pirates as the 0-2 is swung on and fouled at the plate. Then Austin LeBear will hit cleanup and serve as the designated hitter. Mccain Mason will hit fifth. He'll be at catcher tonight. Wayne Road hitting sixth, the right fielder, as the 0-2 is again swung on and lifted foul. Then Dominic Folks hitting seventh. He'll be at second base tonight. JT Grizzle batting eighth in center field. And then Chase Dixon hitting ninth, serving as the left fielder. The 0-2 is just a little bit outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wataka. Starting defense for your Boulder Collegians, it'll be Jake Given behind the plate catching Will Bratton. The 1-2 on its way. Just a little bit inside, evening the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it'll be Cherokee LeBeau at third. Brady Rank at shortstop. Tyler Mata at second. The 2-2 is just a little bit high. That'll fill the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Wataka. Then Brennan Nolte at first base. Then from left to right, it'll be Nick Arrivo, Luca Dincola, and John Sorensen back in the lineup. And the payoff pitch misses for ball 4, so a leadoff walk worked by Jace Wataka. And he is the Pirates' first base runner of the game. That'll bring up Logan Bistrup, the third baseman. Will Bratton ready and delivers high for ball 1. Will Bratton pitching in his 5th game overall this season, his 3rd start. Before the 1-0, a check on Wataka at first base. He's able to step back in safely. Now here's the 1-0 to the plate. Swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. Bratton has allowed only 4 runs so far. 1 of them earned this season for a .9 ERA, a whip just over 1. And here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. He fooled Logan Bistrup on the off-speed pitch. And I'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Let me correct myself. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. And the 1-2 is swung on and chopped foul behind home plate. We're in the bottom of the first inning here at Scott Carpenter Park. Another check over on first. Wataka able to step back in safely once more. Collegians coming off a doubleheader sweep of the Colorado Rough Riders last night. Now the 1-2 misses high, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Logan Bistrup. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 1 on the evening for Will Bratton. Is also the first out he records here in the bottom of the first inning, and that'll bring up John Strohs with 1 out and 1 on here in the bottom of the first. Here's the first pitch to Strohs. It misses down low. 1 ball and no strikes on the Pirates' first baseman. Strohs a .231 hitter so far this year, and OPS just north of 500. Here's the 1-0. That one misses inside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Last night, the Collegians took the first game of that doubleheader in somewhat of a slugfest, 9-7 final score. And the 2-0 is swung on a little nubber to second base, picked up by Mata. He goes to second for 1, on to first for the double play, and that will get the Collegians off the field and out of the inning. Great play by Tyler Mata to come in charge on that little weak grounder. Made a strong throw to Brady Rank covering second base, and then on to Brennan Nolte. We've played 1 here at Scott Carpenter Park. It is scoreless. We'll head to the second. You're listening to Boulder Collegians Baseball on Mixler. Welcome back into Scott Carpenter Park. We are here in the top half of the second inning. It is a scoreless game between the Collegians and the Colorado Pirates, as Cade Nelson is struck by the first pitch of his at-bat against Tyler Seabaum. Looked like he was hit on the foot or the ankle, somewhere on the lower leg. But he's okay as he trotted immediately down to first base. So the leadoff hitter is on for the Collegians here in the top half of the second inning. That'll bring up Brennan Nolte. First pitch to Nolte is in there for a called first strike. There's the 0-1 on its way, and that one in the dirt and away from Nolte. Good block behind the plate by Mason. It's Mccain Mason behind home plate for the Pirates. And the 1-1. Again, in the dirt. Good eye by Nolte. And he works his way ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nolte hitting over 400 to begin this 2020 Collegian season, as the 2-1 also misses. 3 balls and 1 strike. This is his 8th game of the year. OPS over 1,100. The 3-1 is in the dirt for ball 4. So after the leadoff hit by pitch, Nolte works his way on by way of a base on balls, and John Sorensen now finds himself up with 2 runners on and nobody out here in the top half of the second inning. This is where the Collegians got off to a slow start last night. The first pitch to Sorensen is swung on and ripped down the right field line, but that'll drift foul. Collegians worked 7 walks last night, but weren't really able to do much with their base runners until the late innings of the second game of that doubleheader. Now the 0-1 misses 1 ball and 1 strike on Sorensen. See if the big right fielder can cash in here on an early opportunity for the Collegians. The 1-1 misses. He works his way ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cade Nelson on second. He was hit by a pitch, and Brennan Nolte on first. He walked. Now the 2-1 is in there for a called strike 2. Here's the 2-2. That one drops in there. Curveball just missed outside. It was close, but it fills the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on John Sorensen. Jake Given, the Collegians backstop, awaits on deck. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and hit fairly deep down the right field line, but again, it will get foul. And we will do it once more. 3 balls and 2 strikes on John Sorensen. And the payoff pitch is popped up on the left side of the infield. Going over is the third baseman, Bistrup. And he makes the catch for the first out. So now the Boulder backstop, Jake Given, up to take his hacks. First 2 of the inning reached, but now with 1 away. First pitch to Jake Given on the way. And it was yanked a little bit by Seabaum. Missed outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Given. Good to see Jake back in the lineup. The 1-0 is swung on and fouled off. He was struck by a pitch in Game 2 of the doubleheader last night. Looked like it may have clipped him on the nose, but obviously wasn't anything too serious as he's back in the lineup today. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and driven to left field. That'll drop for a base hit. Getting a stop sign at third is Cade Nelson. So the Collegians will play station to station here in the top half of the second. The bases are now loaded for the Collegians with only 1 out. And it looks like we'll have a courtesy runner come in for Jake Given. That'll be Kieran Morris. So Morris on first base. Brennan Nolte on second. Cade Nelson on third. Bases loaded with only 1 away. For Cherokee LeBeau, the number 9 hitter who swings at the first pitch he sees and lines it foul down the right field line. Now the 0-1 on its way. Fastball up high and inside, but LeBeau swung right through it. And he is quickly behind no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 now. Swung on, hit on the ground to short. Wataka has it. He'll go to third for 1. It is dropped by the third baseman, Bistrup, but that was on the transfer, so Cade Nelson will come in to score. Brennan Nolte is out on the force play at third. Moving up to second base is Kieran Morris, and reaching on the fielder's choice is Cherokee LeBeau. The Collegians take a 1-0 lead. And now the first pitch to Tyler Mata is on the ground to short, but it's booted by the shortstop Wataka. So coming around to score from second is Given. And now they have LeBeau hung up between second and third, and he will be tagged out. So that is the end of the inning for the Collegians. Another run comes in to score. It is 2-0. But on a base running mistake, LeBeau is tagged out between second and third. We will be back for more Collegians baseball in the bottom half of the second. We'll get that all sorted out for you. You're listening to Collegians baseball on Mixlr. It is a 2-0 Collegians lead here at Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder, Colorado, as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Facing Will Bratton, it will be Austin LeBear as he swings at the first pitch he sees and lines it fair down the left field line. Nick Arrivo has a long way to go, but he is able to run it down and keep LeBear at first base. So leadoff single surrendered by Will Bratton. Then it'll be the Pirates catcher Mccain Mason, followed by Wayne Rode and Dominic Folks, the second baseman. Collegians with that early 2-0 lead. Here's the first pitch from Bratton, and it's in there for strike one. So last inning, after Cherokee LeBeau drove in a run, the opening run on his RBI fielder's choice, as the 0-1 misses 1 ball and 1 strike. Tyler Mata swung at the first pitch he saw and lined it for an RBI single, but then LeBeau got a little over anxious and was tagged out between second and third. The 1-1 misses down low, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that was the final out of the top of the second. The 2-1 is in there for a called strike 2. Two balls and 2 strikes on Mccain Mason. Here's the offering. It's taken high and inside. Check swing by Mason, but he didn't go around, so that fills the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff single by Austin LeBear. Runner on first with nobody out. The 3-2 is swung on and lifted into foul territory on the left field line. That will drift out of play. We will do it once more. The Colorado Pirates have won just one of their first 13 games this season. Here's the 3-2 again, and this one is low and in the dirt for ball 4. So that is the second walk issued by Will Bratton so far today. And the first two Pirates in the bottom half of the second have reached. That'll bring up Wayne Road, the right fielder. Now the first pitch to Road is swung on and driven out to fairly deep right field, but Sorensen is there. Tracks back a couple steps, and he makes the catch for the first out. Dominic Folks will be next, the second baseman for the Pirates. One of the better hitters on this Pirates roster. Granted, that's not saying much. .259 hitter so far this year. Their offensive struggles certainly a big part of their slow start to the year, as the first pitch to Folks is in there for a called first strike. Now here's the 0-1. And that one is in the dirt, blocked by Given behind the plate. LeBear now on second base after the walk to Mccain Mason. He thought about trying for third. Slammed on the brakes after he saw Given pounce on that one in the dirt. Now the 1-1 is swung on and missed. And Will Bratton works his way ahead in the count against Dominic Folks in his 10th game of the season. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt, and that'll even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're a Collegians fan, you like to see Boulder taking advantage of its early offensive opportunities in the top half of this inning. The 2-2 swung on and lined down the right field line, but this will drift out of play. As I mentioned earlier, Boulder sweeping the doubleheader last night. Game 2 is more of a come-from-behind fashion. The 2-2 up high and inside, and that'll fill the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Already the third full count so far worked by a Pirates hitter against Will Bratton. Lebobo dancing around out there at second before the payoff pitch, and it is high for ball 4. So the Pirates have now loaded the bases in their half of the second inning. Trying to get those 2 runs right back. We will see the center fielder JT Grizzle with the bases loaded and only 1 away here in the bottom half of the second inning. Grizzle, a 118 hitter, an OPS of just 366 so far. Here's the first pitch. That one is taken high for ball 1. Not a guy you want to get behind against to start out the at-bat. The 1-0 is swung on and hit on the ground to short. Rank has it. He goes to second for 1. On to first, and it is not dug out by Nolte. 1 run scores. Coming around from second base is Mccain Mason. He will score. And the Pirates have tied this game 2-2 here in the bottom half of the second inning. LeBear came in from third. Dominic Folks was out at second base on the fielder's choice. And Grizzle reaches, so Chase Dixon will stand in. He swings at the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. He's up with a runner on first and 2 outs now. Two to 2 ball game here in the bottom half of the second inning. And the 0-1 just misses 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a great play by Brady Rank at shortstop to get the potential double play started, but the return throw from the second baseman, Tyler Mata, to first was too low for Nolte to pick out at first base. Now the 1-1 is taken for a called strike 2. Here's the 1-2 from Will Bratton. It's a curveball in there for strike 3, and Dixon knew it. So the Pirates are able to tie it up here in the bottom half of the second inning, but Bratton is able to limit the damage to just 2 runs. We'll be back for the top of the third here at Scott Carpenter Park. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixlr. The Colorado Pirates just finishing up their warm-up tosses here in the top half of the third inning. Luca Dincola standing in to lead things off for the Collegians. He'll be followed by Brady Rank and Nick Arrivo. So the first pitch from Tyler Seabaum to Dincola is swung on and missed. Looked like an off-speed pitch low that Dincola couldn't lay off. And it is 0-1 on the Collegians center fielder. Time is called at home plate. Dincola steps out for a moment. Dincola 0 for 1 so far here this evening. The 0-1 is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike on Dincola. Now the 1-1. Dincola shows bunt, but he pulls it back in time. And he works his way ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. We've seen Dincola utilize his speed. And the 2-1 is on the ground to shortstop. Wataka has it. And the throw over to first is just barely in time to beat the speedy Dincola for the first out here in the top of the third inning. That was a great play by Wataka, ranging far over to his right and making that throw across his body just in time to get Luca. And then I'll bring up Brady Rank. First pitch to the Collegian shortstop is down low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's swung on again to shortstop, but it hits the lip of the grass right before the grass turns into the infield dirt and takes a funny hop away from Wataka. And Brady Rank is on with a 1-out single. Fortunate for Brady because it looked like Wataka had a much more routine play that time, but right at the last second it took a bounce the other way. Wataka didn't expect and kind of threw his hands up in disgust, like, what am I supposed to do with that? So Rank on first with 1 out. First pitch to Nick Arrivo is low for ball 1. And Mason behind home plate makes a check throw down to first. But Rank is able to step back in safely. Now the 1-0. That one is swung on and lifted out to left center field. Coming in as a center fielder, Grizzle. And he is able to make the catch for the 2nd out. Then I'll bring up Cade Nelson, the DH tonight for the Collegians. Runner on first with 2 away. First pitch to Nelson is swung on and grounded right back up the middle, and the shortstop Wataka will grab it himself and step on second base for the force out, and that will end the inning. It is still a 2-2 tie as we head to the bottom half of the 3rd here at Scott Carpenter Park. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixlr. Back to the top of the order for the Colorado Pirates. Jace Wataka, Logan Bistrup, and John Strohs here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning at Scott Carpenter Park. I'm Ryan Latica. Thanks for joining us here on Monday night. The first pitch to Wataka is swung on and dumped out into shallow right field for a leadoff single right in front of John Sorensen. He was playing fairly deep and wasn't able to reach that one in time. So a leadoff single for Wataka, and that'll bring up Logan Bistrup. 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far tonight. It is a 2-2 ball game. The first pitch is swung on and fouled away. Wataka had taken off on the pitch, but he'll have to make his way back to first base. Boulder struck first with a couple runs in the top half of the 2nd, and the Pirates answered with 2 of their own in the bottom half. 4 hits already for the Collegians and 2 for the Pirates. Now here's the 0-1, and that one is low to even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's another beautiful day here in Boulder, Colorado. Before the 1-1, another check on Wataka at first base. He's back in there safely. A little bit hotter than we've seen the past couple of days. It's at an even 90 degrees up here. And the 1-1 is swung on and lifted to shallow right. Sorensen is able to make his way to this one, though. He puts it away for the first out. Now John Strohs will make his way to the plate. Runner on first and 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning. See significant cloud cover beyond the trees in center field, but no clouds right over Scott Carpenter Park. Perfectly sunny and great baseball weather here tonight. The first pitch to Strohs is behind him. 1 ball and no strikes on the Pirates' first baseman. Now the 1-0 is swung on and fouled at the plate. It looks like that may have gotten a part of Jake Given on his throwing hand as he's going to take a walk around home plate. The home plate umpire will go and hand deliver the ball back to Will Bratton. Dust off the rubber on the mound to give his catcher a little bit more time to recover. It looks like we're ready to resume action. 1 ball and 1 strike on John Strohs, with a runner on first and 1 out. That's Jace Wataka on first. He singled on the first pitch of the inning. Here's the 1-1. In the dirt, good block by Given. But Strohs is able to work out in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now before the 2-1, another check over on Wataka at first. He's back in there safely. Now the 2-1 is down low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike on John Strohs. .231 hitter entering play today. He is 0 for 1. He grounded into that 4-6-3 double play to end the bottom half of the first inning. Now the 3-1 is in there for a called strike 2. I think Strohs was maybe thinking it was a little bit high, but called strike 2 by the home plate umpire, and that fills the count. See if Wataka will be off on the pitch. Runner holds. The 3-2 is swung on and lifted foul. This is only Strohs' 5th game of the season. Has an on-base percentage a little bit below 300. Now the 3-2 is inside for ball 4. So the Pirates working with some more traffic here in the bottom half of the third inning. Runners on first and second with only 1 out for Austin LeBear, the DH. Now the first pitch from Bratton drops in there for a called strike 1. LeBear 1 for 1 with a run scored. He led off the bottom of the second with a single. He was the first of their 2 runs scored. Now here's the 0-1. It's swung on and driven to fairly deep left field. That'll drop fair for a base hit. Coming around to score is Jace Wataka from second. Holding at second base is John Strohs. And LeBear has just given the Colorado Pirates a 3-2 lead. Wataka read that ball well. It was a single place just on the right of the left field foul line. And Nick Arrivo had a lot of ground to cover to make it over to that ball, to cut it off before it made its way to the wall. And now some of the infielders wrapping up a mound visit with Will Bratton. They all retreat back to their normal spots, and we're ready for Mccain Mason's second plate appearance of the day. He walked and scored back in the second. 3-2 Pirates lead here in the bottom half of the third inning. First pitch to Mccain Mason misses for ball one. Now the 1-0 on its way. And that one is swung on and popped up on the left side of the infield. Looks like Brady Rank, the shortstop, is calling for it, and he makes the catch for the second out. It's a big second out worked by Will Bratton. That leaves the two runners right where they are on first and second. Now Wayne Road will likely need to come through with a base hit to score that run from second base. John Strohs. Austin LeBerbere on first. The first pitch to Wayne Road is swung on and popped into foul territory on the left side. Jake Given thought he might have a chance to make that catch, but it falls just on the other side of the protective netting. That'll count as strike one against Road. We'll see if Will Bratton can limit the damage to just one run here in this inning. Here's the 0-1, and that one never threatened the zone. Off-speed pitch that missed outside rather badly. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Pirates' right fielder. Here's the 1-1. It's swung on and missed by Road. And Bratton works his way ahead in the count. 1 strike away now from getting out of this inning with only the 1 run allowed. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and lifted foul behind home plate. Three to 2 Pirates here in the bottom half of the third inning. Road back in the left-handed batter's box. Here's the 1-2, swung on and again lifted foul behind home plate and out of play. Bratton doing a good job at limiting the solid contact in this inning. Even the RBI single was a little looper that was just too far out of the reach of Nick Arrivo. Wayne Road's timing is clearly off. Here's the 1-2. It's swung on and again lifted foul behind home plate. Pause in the action here as another ball is brought out to the home plate umpire. John Stroh's on second base. Austin LeBerbere at first with 2 outs, and now time is called at home plate. Already some action in the Collegians bullpen. Now the 1-2 again is a curveball, and that one just misses outside. To even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think Bratton as well as a couple of the infielders, thought that they escaped with strike 3. But he's going to have to make at least one more pitch here. The 2-2 swung on, driven deep down the right field line, but this will kick foul off the netting. Looked like it had home run distance, but luckily for Bratton and the Collegians, it just drifted foul at the last moment. The count remains at 2-2 Once more with the 2-2 from Bratton. Swung on and missed. He got him. It was a high fastball that Wayne Rhodes swung right through. And Bratton escapes with just the 1 run allowed, but it is a 3-2 Pirates lead as we head to the top half of the 4th inning at Scott Carpenter Park. We're a third of the way through this one here at Scott Carpenter Park. 3-2. The Pirates lead the Collegians here in the top of the 4th inning. Brennan Nolte, takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Nolte worked a walk in his last at bat. He leads off here in the top half of the 4th. And the 0-1 is low and in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Collegians' first baseman tonight. Here's the 1-1. And that one is swung on and lifted down the right field line, but it will drop out of play foul. No ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nolte now. The Pirates took a 3-2 lead in the bottom half of the last inning as the 1-2 drops in there for a called third strike. That was a beautiful curveball by Tyler Seabaum, and it retires Brennan Nolte for the first out. It was an RBI single by Austin LeBear that gave the Pirates that 3-2 lead. Drove in Jace Wataka. Now the first pitch to John Sorensen is swung on and lifted foul out of play down the left field line. No balls and 1 strike to start out Sorensen. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike now on the right fielder. Sorensen was out of town yesterday, did not factor into the doubleheader. Now the 1-1 is swung on and grounded weakly to second base. Folks has it, and he will flip over to his teammate Strohs at first for the second out. So now the base is clear and 2 away. The Collegians catcher Jake Given will stand in. 1 for 1 with a run scored. Respectable .250 average for Given entering the play today, and he swings at the first pitch. routine out there for Grizzle in center field, and it is a quick 1-2-3 inning authored by Tyler Seabaum. We will head to the bottom half of the fourth here at Scott Carpenter Park. Still a 3-2 Pirates lead. It'll be the bottom third of the Pirates batting order here in the bottom of the fourth inning against Will Bratton. First pitch to Dominic Folks is swung on and ripped into the Collegians dugout along the third baseline. Looks like everybody's okay down there. That was a hot shot off the bat of Dominic Folks, the second baseman. Now the 0-1 on its way from Bratton is swung on and fouled at the plate. And he is quickly ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes against Dominic Folks. Collegians trailing 3-2 here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. We'll see if Bratton can rebound from allowing that go-ahead run in the bottom half of the third, as the 0-2 is again fouled, this time down the third baseline. Count will remain where it is. And Bratton again into his windup. The 0-2 check swing by Folks. And it looks like he went around. Wasn't sure at first, but Folks is headed back to the dugout, so Bratton will begin the bottom half of the fourth the same way he ended the third, with a swinging strikeout, and that'll bring up JT Grizzle. First pitch to Grizzle is in the dirt. Grizzle is 0 for 1 so far tonight, grounded into a fielder's choice back in the second inning. And the 1-0 also misses high. 2 balls and no strikes on the Pirates center fielder. Here's the 2-0 on its way, missing again high and inside. 3 balls and no strikes. The Collegians sporting their light blue jerseys with the navy blue sleeves. Both clubs are wearing their gray road pants as the 3-0 is taken for strike one. Grizzle obviously disagrees as he had taken about 3 steps toward first base. But he'll have to hang in there for at least one more pitch. The 3-1. And there is ball 4 low and outside. 1-out walk worked by Grizzle, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Chase Dixon. Pirates wearing their gold jerseys, not unlike Major League Baseball's Pittsburgh Pirates. And it looks like that will be all for Will Bratton as Goodman, the manager, makes his way to the mound and motions for the bullpen. We'll give you the rundown on the new Collegians pitcher, but that'll be it for Will Bratton. He makes it 3 1/3 innings so far tonight. We'll be back in just a moment. Pirates lead the Collegians 3-2 here at Scott Carpenter Park. New pitcher on the mound for the Collegians in relief of Will Bratton is Graham Gilchrist, appearing in his 4th game of the season. Trying to strand that runner on first base. The first pitch is swung on and fouled at home plate. Chase Dixon up with a runner on first and 1 out. It's JT Grizzle. He walked after Dominic Folks led off the inning with a strikeout. Now the 0-1 on its way from Gilchrist is swung on in line down the left field line. That'll drop fair. Nick Arriva over to cut it off. Going from first to third is JT Grizzle. Moving up to second base on the throw is Chase Dixon. And the Colorado Pirates are once again in business. Runners on second and third with only 1 out. Now for the top of the lineup, Jace Wataka, the leadoff hitter. Wataka 1 for 1 with a run scored, a single and a walk so far here today. Graham Gilchrist in 3 previous games as the first pitch is swung on and popped up shallow right field. Ranging back is Mata, the second baseman. He makes the catch, and a strong throw in will keep JT Grizzle at third base. So that is a big second out with 2 runners in scoring position as Logan Bistrup now makes his way to the plate. Gilchrist in 11.81 ERA in his 3 previous appearances so far this year. He's allowed 12 runs on 7 hits. And the first pitch drifts inside on Logan Bistrup. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. That one is swung on and grounded foul, evening the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 4th here. The Pirates lead at 3-2. They're threatening for more. And Graham Gilchrist is trying to make sure that they do not add on. Here's the 1-1. Taken on the inside, called strike 2. On the inside edge, I should say. And Gilchrist is a strike away from stranding 2 runners in scoring position. Trying to keep Logan Bistrop hitless so far. The 1-2 is swung on and off of Gilchrist on the mound. It rolls over to LeBeau. But the throw over to first is not in time to get Bistrop, and now we will see if Graham Gilchrist is okay. Coming in to score is JT Grizzle. Going up to third is Chase Dixon. It is now a 4-2 Pirates lead. That was a sharp comebacker that got Graham Gilchrist, and the Collegians almost lucked out, but Cherokee LeBeau's throw from third base was not quite in time to get Logan Bistrop at first. It will now be runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Gilchrist is now throwing some warm-up pitches. Looks like he'll be all right. He motions to the bases umpire that he's good to go, so Tyler Mata and Brady Rank will retire to their normal positions, as will Cherokee LeBeau. They had all congregated around second base during the break in the action, but now ready to go is the first baseman, John Strohs, stands in. As I mentioned, runners on the corners with 2 outs. 4-2 Pirates lead. The first pitch misses for ball 1. If you're Boulder, you want to make sure you don't let this lead spiral out of control against the Colorado Pirates. The 1-0 is swung on and fouled away. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the Pirates have won only 1 game so far this year. One in 12 entering play today are the Pirates. The 1-1 now on its way from Graham Gilchrist is swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. He will do it once more. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gilchrist. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. See if Gilchrist can work his way out of it right here. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Gilchrist limits the damage, but the Pirates strike for 1 more. They lead at 4-2 as we head to the top half of the 5th inning here in Boulder. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixler. Cherokee LeBeau standing in to lead things off for the Collegians here in the top half of the 5th inning. It is a 4-2 Colorado Pirates lead here at Scott Carpenter Park. Now the first pitch from Tyler Seabaum is swung on and popped up on the left side of the infield, but that will drift out of play. No balls and 1 strike on Cherokee LeBeau. Now the 0-1 on its way. And that one bounces to the plate. Didn't even make it to home plate before it hit the dirt. Easy take for Cherokee, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 on its way now from Seabaum. Swung on and lifted out to left field. That'll drop for a leadoff single. Just poked it over the head of the shortstop Wataka. And Cherokee LeBeau is on for the top of the batting order. Tyler Mata and then Luca Dincola will follow. Mata 1 for 2 with a single so far today. Trying to cut into that 4-2 lead the Pirates are currently holding. Here's the first pitch. It's swung on and grounded to third for Bistrup. He bobbles it for a second, but is still able to get the out at first base. He had a chance for 2, but that quick bobble there blew any chance of turning the double play. So LeBeau will move up to second base on the ground up by Mata. 5-3 in the scorebook, and that'll bring up Luca Dincola with a runner on second and 1 out. Now the first pitch to Dincola is taken for strike 1. Now the 0-1 is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Collegians center fielder. The Pirates have scored in each of the last 3 innings and have held the Collegians off the board since the second. We'll see if the top of the order here can change that. And Dincola drives one into the gap in left center field. That will change. Coming around to score is Cherokee LeBeau. And on the RBI single by Luca Dincola, the Collegians get one back. It is now a 4-3 deficit. Timely hitting nets them their 3rd run of the evening. And that'll bring up the shortstop Brady Rank with a runner on first now in 1 away. Luca Dincola with certainly above average speed. Brady Rank is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and Tyler Seabaum respecting the speed of Luca Dincola, already with a pickoff move on first base. Dincola able to dive back in safely. And again, another pickoff move, this time a little bit closer on Dincola, but he's able to dive back in. Here's the first pitch to Brady Rank, and he drives this one out to left center field, giving chases Dixon. It's over his head. Around second is Dincola. He's getting the wave home. Brady Rank is going for third. Coming in to score is Dincola. Rank is safe at third. It is an RBI triple for Brady Rank. It ties the game at 4 here in the top half of the 5th inning. That speed paying off for Dincola, and Brady Rank runs well as well. And the Collegians have tied this game up at 4 here in the top half of the 5th inning. Still with only one out, and now the ball gets away on the first pitch to Nick Arrivo, and Brady Rank comes in to score the go-ahead run. It is now a 5-4 Collegians lead. 3 quick runs here in the top half of the 5th inning. Heads up base running by Brady Rank to see that first pitch to Nick Arrivo got away. In his aggressive base running, nets the Collegians the go-ahead run. Now Nick Arrivo swings and drives this one on the ground to shortstop. And the throw over from Wataka is not quite in time, so Nick Arrivo able to reach on an infield single. Collegians offense coming to life here in the top half of the 5th inning. As now 4 of the first 5 hitters of the inning have reached. And it'll be Cade Nelson's turn. With Arrivo on first and only 1 out. Here's the first pitch to Cade Nelson. It's swung on and hit on the ground through the hole on the right side of the infield. That's a base hit. Taking the turn around second and heading for third is Nick Arrivo. He's in there safely. And the Collegians are running all over the place on the Colorado Pirates here in this half inning. Nick Arrivo didn't even hesitate, didn't slow down one bit around second base. He knew that he could get to third on Wayne Road out there in right field. So now runners on the corners, still only 1 away for the Collegians, and Brennan Nolte will head to the plate. But before that, we will have a brief mound visit here from the Pirates head coach as well as some of the infielders just to check on their starting pitcher. But it does appear that Tyler Seabaum will remain in this game. The bullpen for the Pirates is still empty. 3 runs already home for the Collegians here in this inning. Cherokee LeBeau led off with a single. Advanced to second on the ground out by Tyler Mata. Then a single, triple, single, single. First pitch to Brennan Nolte misses for ball 1. Dincola singled. Brady Rank hit that triple to deep left center field. Nick Arrivo and Cade Nelson with subsequent singles. And now Brennan Nolte swings and drives this one out to fairly deep right field. Caught out there by Rode. Coming in to score is Nick Arrivo. He makes it in safely. Up to second base goes Cade Nelson. And it is now a 6-4 Collegians lead. A sac fly off the bat of Brennan Nolte brings home the 4th run of the inning. Cade Nelson moves up on the throw as well. So a runner on second with 2 outs for John Sorensen. Here's the first pitch, and it is low and inside for ball 1. Six to 4 Collegians lead. 4 runs have come across this inning. And a potential 5th waiting on second base. The 0-1 is swung on and hit on the ground weakly to second. And the Pirates finally work their way out of the inning. But 4 runs come across to score to give the Collegians a 6-4 lead. We're halfway through this one at Scott Carpenter Park. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixler. Graham Gilchrist takes the mound here at Scott Carpenter Park with a lead now, 6-4 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It'll be Austin LeBear, Mccain Mason, and Wayne Rode facing Gilchrist. First pitch to LeBear swung on and missed. 4 runs scored by the Collegians in the top half of the 5th inning to give them their now 2-run lead. And the 0-1 is swung on and missed. Quick no ball, 2-strike count on Austin LeBear, serving as the designated hitter tonight for the Colorado Pirates. And if you're Boulder, this is good to see the offense finally spring to life. Against the 1-win Pirates, this would certainly be a bad loss in the standings. We'll see if they can hold this lead the rest of the way, maybe even pad it. The 0-2 misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on LeBear. LeBear 2 for 2 with 2 singles so far. The 1-2 drifts again inside. Same place as the pitch before, and that evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see how Gilchrist responds with the momentum his offense has created. The 2-2 swung on and chopped foul at home plate. Sure that it would be a big confidence boost for him as well as the rest of his team to set the Pirates down 1-2-3. The 2-2 misses high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Get his guys back off the field and back at the plate to try and pad that lead a little bit more. Here's the 3-2. Coming inside does Gilchrist, and it misses. A leadoff walk to Austin LeBear. Certainly not how you want to start off the next inning if you're Gilchrist, but we'll see how he responds. Mccain Mason standing in now, the catcher. 6-4, the Collegians lead here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We're over halfway through this one at Scott Carpenter Park. First pitch is swung on and chopped weakly to Gilchrist. He springs off the mound, able to collect it and fire over to first base just in time to get Mason. Meanwhile, moving up to second base is LeBear. And that was a great play by Gilchrist to even get 1 out on that play. It was a weak ground ball hit to the left of the pitcher's mound. But Gilchrist remained calm, and even though he had a slight bobble for a second, he was still able to get a good grip on the ball and fire it over to first to collect the out. Now the first pitch to Wayne Rode is on the ground to second. Tyler Mata makes the play, gets the sure out at first base, and advancing another 90 feet is LeBear. 4-3 on the ground out. And now Dominic Folks will stand in with a runner on third and 2 outs. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, after surrendering the leadoff walk, Gilchrist has gotten the next 2 hitters very quickly. And he starts off Folks with strike 1. Folks is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Here's the 0-1 on its way. Swung on and chopped up the middle. Ranging over is Tyler Mata. He dives for it, gets up and gets the out at first base. What a play by Tyler Mata at second base. Gets fist bumps from his team as he walks off the field, as well as an applause from the fans. That was a spectacular play by the second baseman to keep that run from scoring. Ranging over to his right, diving, getting back up, and making a perfect throw over to first base to record the final out. Put a star by that one in the playbook. We will head to the top half of the 6th inning. Boulder still leading 6-4 from Scott Carpenter Park. We're through 5 here in Boulder, Colorado. The Collegians lead at 6-4 against the Colorado Pirates. Standing in is Jake Given now. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it to medium depth left field. Going over is Dixon, and he makes the catch for the first out. It'll be Cherokee LeBeau coming up next. LeBeau is 1 for 2 with a fielder's choice, a single and a run scored so far this evening. First pitch comes high and inside on LeBeau. 1 ball and no strikes. There is a new pitcher on the mound for the Colorado Pirates. It is Dane Perry, number 22, making his second appearance of the season. Here's the 1-0 on its way from Perry, and that one also misses. He's behind in the count to Cherokee LeBeau, 2 balls and no strikes. Seabaum's day is done. Now the 2-0 is swung on and popped up behind home plate, but that will drift foul and out of play. 2-1. Now on LeBeau. Tyler Seabaum goes 5 innings in this one. The 2-1 drifts inside. 3 balls and 1 strike now on Cherokee LeBeau. We'll get you his final line in just a moment. Here's the 3-1. And down low for ball 4. Great to see Cherokee LeBeau factoring into this one offensively. 1 for 2 with that walk today, but he's found a way on base all 3 times. Now with 1 on and 1 out, we will head back to the top of the order for Tyler Mata. Certainly the star of the last half inning. And the first pitch is swung on and driven out to right field, and it is bobbled by Rode, or dropped, I should say, but he still gets it in time to get the force on Cherokee LeBeau. Certainly not Cherokee LeBeau's fault. It was a line drive right at the right fielder Rode. But it kind of bounced off his glove. Maybe it rolled in and rolled out of his glove, and he had to run back and pick it up, but he made a strong throw into second base to get the force on Cherokee LeBeau. So now Tyler Mata on first, and first pitch to Luca Dincola misses for ball 1. LeBeau had to wait in case that ball was caught. Now the 1-0 on its way to Dincola, and that one also misses. 2 balls and no strikes on the center fielder. Tyler Mata on first with 2 outs now. I guess that's a very unusual fielder's choice. Score at 9-6. And the 2-0 is swung on and fouled away. 2 balls and 1 strike now. And you would call that a fielder's choice. Two balls and 1 strike on Luca Dincola. And he swings at the 2-1 and grounds it foul. And that one was fair. And then it hops over the third base bag in fair territory. It was foul. And it came back fair at the last minute. And good base running on Tyler Mata's part. He never took anything for granted, and he ends up at third base. Logan Bistrup, the third baseman, kind of gave up on that one, and then it kicked fair at the last second off the lip of the grass and rolled out into left field. So runners are now on the corners on an unusual base hit. We've seen the Pirates victimized now twice by bad hops off the lip of the grass, and now Dincola takes off on the first pitch to Brady Rank, but it's fouled away down the left field line, and Dincola will have to head back to first. But I'm sure the Pirates are pretty fed up with the field here at Scott Carpenter Park. At least the left side of their infield has to be. We saw Wataka miss out on a play earlier in this game. And now Bistrup at third, and Dincola again takes off. The pitch is outside, and no throw will be made. Dincola steals second uncontested, and now two runners are in scoring position. Great speed on the base paths. Tyler Mata at third, Luca Dincola at second. Now 1-1 on Rank is just outside 2 balls and 1 strike. Two runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Here's the 2-1, and that one finds the zone to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Brady Rank. Starting at shortstop, he is 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a triple. The 2-2 outside. And that will fill the count. Good plate discipline by Brady Rank to lay off that one. Now the payoff pitch. High and outside for ball 4. The Collegians have loaded the bases here in the top half of the 6th inning. For none other than Nick Arrivo, the cleanup hitter. This is exactly the guy you want at the plate in this situation. First pitch to Nick Arrivo. Swung on and fouled straight back. He had the green light, it looks like. Early on, he was aggressive. Just missed that one and fouled it straight back. So he starts off 0-1. Arrivo is 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Here's the 0-1. And that one comes in and hits Arrivo on the arm, and that will force in the Collegians' 7th run of the evening. Certainly, if you're Perry, the wrong time to plunk a batter. Tyler Mata comes in to score. Up to second goes Brady Rank, and Dincola advances to third. Now the first pitch to Cade Nelson is outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and driven out to right field, going over his road. It drops in front of him. Coming in to score is Dincola. Brady Rank is right behind him. The throw is late. Advancing up to third is Nick Arrivo on the 2-run single by Cade Nelson. And it is now a 9-4 Collegians lead. Arrivo up to third on the play. Puts runners on the corners. Still with 2 outs now for Brennan Nolte. First pitch to Nolte is swung on and lifted to fairly shallow center field, and that one will drop. Arrivo scores the Collegians' 10th run. Going up to third is Cade Nelson. And Nolte advances to second on the play. Heads up base running there. And the Collegians have cracked this one wide open here in the middle innings. We've seen sound offensive baseball all around. Good reads of balls. Heads up base running to take that extra 90 feet when it's available. The first pitch to John Sorensen now is taken for strike 1. He swings at the 0-1 and pops it up on the infield. And it looks like the third baseman, Bistrup, will make the catch. But the Collegians strike for 4 more. They have opened it up to a 10-4 lead here at Scott Carpenter Park. We will head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixlr. Number 12, JT Grizzle standing in against Graham Gilchrist. He swings at the first pitch and chops it foul up the third base line. No balls and 1 strike on Grizzle. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, the Collegians lead it 10-4. And the 0-1 is swung on and missed. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Grizzle. The 0-2 is yanked a little bit by JT Gilchrist. It misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Grizzle. Comfortable 10-4 lead now that Graham Gilchrist has to work with. The 1-2 is taken just outside. It was close, but no dice. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count is even now on Grizzle. The Collegians offense has roared to life the past couple innings. They've scored 8 runs in the last 2 half innings, and now the 2-2 misses high and inside. And Grizzle has now worked the count full. The payoff pitch is swung on and fouled straight back into the backstop, and we will do it once more. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Grizzle to lead off the bottom half of the 6th inning for the Pirates. Now the 3-2 misses for ball 4. Something that Gilchrist will have to shake off and try and forget quickly now as Chase Dixon stands in, the number 9 hitter for the Pirates. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout so far tonight. But the matchup favors Gilchrist on the mound. Right-handed pitcher against the right-handed batter. First pitch is swung on and missed by Dixon. 10 runs on 12 hits now for the Collegians. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Pirates. Now the 0-1 is swung on and lofted out to second base. Tyler Mata makes the catch and feigns a throw back to first, but holds on to it as Grizzle was able to get back safely to avoid being doubled off. That's the first out, and we will head back to the top of the order. For Jace Wataka. First pitch to Wataka is in there for a called strike one. Wataka is 1 for 2 so far with a walk. Runner on first with one out here in the bottom of the sixth. The 0-1 swung on and popped foul along the third base side and out of reach for Cherokee LeBeau over at third. No balls and 2 strikes now for Jace Wataka. Runner on first with one out. Collegians holding a 10-4 lead over the Pirates. And the 0-2 is swung on and chopped foul. Now the 0-1 is swung on and hit on the ground just short. Rank goes to second for one, but the return throw is too late. Welcome back to Scott Carpenter Park. Top of the 7th inning now. First pitch to Jake Given is swung on and flied out to center field for Grizzle. He makes the catch, and that's the first out. Apologize for some technical difficulties, but I think that we're back now. The internet has been kind of fluky on us here today. Had to try to stop the broadcast and then restart it, so hopefully it's working now. First pitch to Cherokee LeBeau is swung on and fouled straight back. No balls and 1 strike on the Collegians' third baseman. Now the 0-1 on its way comes in and hits LeBeau. It was a curveball, it looked like, so obviously no intent there. And as far as getting hit by pitches go, that's how you want to do it. Curveball off the outside arm, so LeBeau is on first with 1 out. And that'll bring up Tyler Mata back at the top of the order for the 5th time tonight. First pitch is swung on and driven out to fairly deep center field. Grizzle's going back. He makes the catch just a little bit shy of the track. And that's the 2nd out. Now it'll be Luca Dincola, the center fielder. 2 quick outs for Perry. First pitch to Dincola is swung on and lifted over the screen on the right side, foul. No balls and 1 strike on Dincola. It is a 10-4 Collegians lead here in the top half of the 7th inning. And he swings at the 0-1 and drives it to the left center field gap, and that will fall for a 2-out single in front of JT Grizzle. Up to second base goes Cherokee LeBeau. And the Collegians are once again in business offensively. 2 runners on with 2 out here in the top of the 7th for Brady Rank. Brady has certainly had himself a day at the plate. 3 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs scored, including a triple. First pitch is in there for a called first strike. We'll see if Brady can continue his perfect day at the plate. The 0-1 on its way from Perry. Swung on and grounded to short for Wataka. And he makes the throw over to first to retire the side. The Collegians get 2 on, but aren't able to score the 11th run. They lead at 10-4 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Stretch time here at Scott Carpenter Park. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixler. Back on the other side of the 7th inning stretch here at Scott Carpenter Park. The sun is starting to set over the flat irons, and the first pitch to John Strohs is chopped foul up the third baseline. No balls and a strike on the Pirates' first baseman. The lights have come on here at Scotty, but we still have a little bit of sunlight that we're playing with before it gets completely dark here in Boulder. And the 0-1 is in there for a called strike 2. Temperature down to 84 degrees now. Still pretty warm out here, but a little bit cooler than the 90 that we started at. The 0-2 missing inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Strohs. Strohs is 0 for 2 with a walk. Also has a ground out into a double play and a strikeout on his ledger so far tonight. The 1-2 misses. That evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Strohs. Austin LeBear awaits on deck, and Mccain Mason will follow him. The 2-2 missing in the dirt. That fills the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Graham Gilchrist, the Collegians pitcher on the mound, who took over for Will Bratton. The payoff pitch is swung on and lifted out to fairly deep left field. Nick Arrivo ranging over, and he will make the catch for the first out. That'll bring up the aforementioned Austin LeBear. Nobody on with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Collegians holding that 6-run advantage. Needing 8 more outs to close this one out. First pitch misses down low for ball 1. The 1-0 offering to LeBear swung on and missed. That one got in on the hands of the Pirates' designated hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike on LeBear. Fastball that he swung right through. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and popped up shallow right field. Going out is Tyler Mata, the second baseman. He calls off his other 2 fielders out there and makes the catch. Mata has certainly been all over the place here tonight. Certainly the star defensively. For the Collegians tonight. That'll bring up Mccain Mason, the Pirates catcher. The first pitch is down low for ball 1. The 1-0 on its way now is in there for a called first strike. That evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike on Mason. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored so far tonight. Here's the 1-1 on its way. Swung on and lined down the line in left. That will drop fair. Nick Arrivo over to cut it off, and it looked like Mason wasn't sure if that was a fair ball or not. He kind of stopped halfway down the line, and then when it was finally called fair, picked it back up, but he only makes it to first. So a 2-out single off the bat of Mccain Mason. That'll bring Wayne Road to the plate with a runner on and 2 out. His team certainly facing a sizable deficit. First pitch to Road, swung on and missed. Graham Gilchrist has certainly taken the lead his teammates have provided him and ran with it. He has held the Pirates off the scoreboard the last 2 innings. Runner takes off. The pitch is swung on and lined out to the left center field gap. Going first to third is Mccain Mason. The throw is late. The return throw from Cherokee LeBeau to Tyler Mata at second is in time to nab Wayne Road, attempting to take the extra 90 feet. So the Pirates run themselves out of the inning here. A great heads-up defensive play by Cherokee LeBeau. And we will head to the top half of the 8th inning here at Scott Carpenter Park. Collegians lead at 10-4 You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixlr. Nick Arrivo will lead things off for the Collegians here in the top half of the 8th inning at Scott Carpenter Park. His club holding that 10-4 lead over the Colorado Pirates. Arrivo has reached in each of his last 2 plate appearances. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight off that metal support beam right behind home plate. You may have heard it on the mic. There's one of the metal support beams that holds up the backstop. Protective netting behind home plate is right directly actually behind the plate. And the 0-1 is also fouled away, so no balls and 2 strikes on Nick Arrivo, the left fielder. 1 for 3 with a hit by pitch and a couple runs scored on his ledger. The 0-2 is in the dirt. He started to go, but it was able to hold back in time. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Arrivo. Here's the 1-2 now to Nick. Swung on and belted out to deep left field. Both fielders are giving chase, and it will drop in between them in one hop off the wall. And Arrivo will shut it down at second base. He is on with his second hit of the night. A leadoff double here in the top of the 8th inning. Perhaps trying to pad that lead even more are the Collegians, and Cade Nelson will stand in with the leadoff batter on second base. It was a great swing that Arrivo put on that one. Split Dixon and Grizzle perfectly, and one hopped off the wall. The Pirates were able to get it in quickly, though, to hold Arrivo at second base. So now Nelson standing in, first pitch, misses down low in the dirt and inside. 1 ball and no strikes on Nelson. Boulder's 11th run, standing 180 feet away on second base. The 1-0. And that one just catches the outside edge of the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. The throw back to the pitcher actually went to shortstop, though, by Mason. Arrivo took a step toward third. but then retreated back to second. Now the 1-1 to Nelson is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on the Boulder designated hitter. Well, it would appear that Boulder is well on its way to its 13th win of the season. The 2-1 swung on and lifted out to fairly deep left field, and the left fielder Dixon almost misjudged that one. Took a step in and then had to range back, just barely made it back in time to catch that one. But he did make the play, and Nelson is the first out. That'll bring up Brennan Nolte with a runner on second and now 1 out. Here's the first pitch, and that one is taken for strike 1. And runner takes off on the 0-1, and Nick Arrivo is in there safely. The throw goes down the line, and Arrivo is able to come in and score. Stolen base and an error by the catcher. And Arrivo is able to come across home plate with Boulder's 11th run of the night. The aggressiveness paying off on the part of Nick Arrivo, and now the 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cade Nelson. So should this score hold, Boulder will move to 13-5. The 1-2 is high, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nolte. And the 2-2 is in there for a called third strike. I think Nolte disagreed with that one, but either way, he'll have to head back to the dugout. Now John Sorensen will stand in. Actually, yeah, it looks like Kobe Morris will come in and pinch hit for Sorensen. The bases are clear with 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. Boulder has scored its 11th run. They now lead it 11-4 as Kobe Morris stands in to take his first hacks of the evening. Kobe, a 176 hitter in 5 games so far this year. First pitch is right there for strike 1. Kobe relieves John Sorensen, who's had a tough day at the plate. A couple of ground outs and a couple of pop outs to third base, excuse me. Now the 0-1 misses 1 ball and 1 strike. The only one to not join the hit parade so far tonight. The 1-1 is high. Check swing by Morris, but on the appeal he did not go around. 2 balls and a strike now on Morris. Now the 2-1 is also high. 3 balls and 1 strike on Morris. The 3-1. Taken high for ball 4, and Morris works a walk in his pinch hit appearance. And the Collegians have a 2-out base runner for Jake Given. Standing in for the 5th time tonight. He is 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored back in the 2nd inning. But he has flown out in each of his last 3 trips to the plate. So the Collegians As the first pitch to Given is in there for strike one. Will pad their first place standing following this game tonight. The 0-1 comes in and hits Given on the helmet. It was an off-speed pitch, so luckily Given had enough time to recognize where that one was going and duck out of the way. So it is a hit by pitch. And we will see a courtesy runner come in for Given. Up to second goes Kobe Morris. The 10-4 Denver Cougars sit in second place. Denver is the only team that Boulder has not succeeded in beating so far this year. Now the first pitch to Cherokee LeBeau is in there for a called first strike. The Denver Pirates will sink even further down to 1-13. Now here's the 0-1 is swung on and missed by LeBeau. No balls and 2 strikes. And this is what you, if you're Boulder, what you really wanted to see coming into this game. Took the offense just a couple innings to finally hit their stride, no pun intended, but the 0-2 is swung on and missed by LeBeau. We will head to the bottom half of the 8th inning here at Scott Carpenter Park. Collegians lead it 11-4 from Boulder. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixler. First pitch to Dominic Folks is just out of the zone for ball one. And the 1-0 comes in and hits Dom. Not how you want to start the bottom of the 8th inning if you're Graham Gilchrist, but cut him some slack. He's done a phenomenal job out of the bullpen for the Collegians. Now it'll be JT Grizzle standing in with a runner on first and one on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch to Grizzle is just a little bit low for ball one. Grizzle has walked twice so far tonight. He's found his way on all 3 times. He reached on a fielder's choice in the second. And the 1-0 also misses down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Given able to pounce on that one quickly to keep Dominic Folks at first base. But down by 7 runs. I doubt you'll see the Pirates try to get too greedy on the base paths and take extra bases. They got a long way to go to claw their way back into this one. The 2-0 is swung on and fouled away. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Grizzle. As I was saying before the break in the innings, this is what you wanted to see if you're Boulder, with a 1-12 team coming in to play. The 2-1 is swung on and fouled back. Took the offense a couple innings to really get going, but once they did, they really took control of this game, and you have a lockdown reliever like Graham Gilchrist coming in to make sure no funny business happens on the other end. The 2-2 is taken outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on JT Grizzle. Now the payoff pitch is swung on, hit on the ground to short. Brady Rank has it. He goes to second, but throws it away. And trying to go to third is Folks, and he is out at third base. Great throw by Kobe Morris, now in the game in right field. Came in to pinch hit for John Sorensen in the last inning. And he has a chance to make a big impact play late in the game, and he comes through, gunning down Dominic Folks at third base. JT Grizzle on first, and now Chase Dixon swings at the first pitch. Flies out to right field. Morris is there, and he makes the catch for the second out. You know what they say, if you enter the game defensively, the ball will find you, and that's certainly been the case for Kobe Morris out in right field. And he's factored in on 2 of the 3 hitters' outcomes so far this inning. Now the runner on first and 2 away, back to the top of the lineup for Jace Wataka for the 5th time tonight. First pitch misses for ball 1. Gilchrist ready. The 1-0 is swung on, popped up, foul territory along the third base side. Given will give it a look, but that one drops out of play, foul. That evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike on Wataka. One and one on the Pirates shortstop. Here's the pitch from Gilchrist. And that one is just a little bit inside. 2 balls and a strike on Wataka. JT Grizzle on first. Reaching on that fielder's choice. Dominic Folks was gunned down at third base by Kobe Morris, freshly into the ball game. The 2-1 check swing by Wataka. He did not go. 3 balls and a strike. And the appeal down to the bases umpire just confirms it. 3 balls and 1 strike on Wataka. Should he reach, Logan Bistrop would be right behind him. Here's the 3-1. And that one just misses outside for ball 4. It was close, but good call by the home plate umpire, and that forces Grizzle up to second base. And the aforementioned Logan Bistrop standing in 1 for 4 so far tonight with a single back in the 4th inning. First pitch is a little bit outside on Bistrop. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. And Gilchrist overthrew that one just a bit. And that one misses a little bit further outside. The count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0. That one is well located, popped up just to shallow center field, and Brady Rank, the shortstop, ranges over to make the catch. That's the final out here of the 8th inning. We will head to the top half of the 9th inning at Scott Carpenter Park. Collegians lead it 11-4. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixlr. We move to the top half of the 9th inning here at Scott Carpenter Park. Just a little over 2 hours and 15 minutes of game time. The first pitch to Tyler Mata, leading off for the Collegians, is fouled away. Again, the Collegians are playing as the visiting team here tonight at their home park. The 0-1 misses 1 ball and 1 strike. Trying to cut down on unnecessary travel due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The 1-1 misses high, 2 balls and a strike. So the Collegians will have to play the bottom of the 9th inning despite the fact that they are leading by 7 runs. The 1-1 is swung on and grounded to third. The throw by Bistrop is a good one, and that retires Mata for the first out. Luca Dincola will be next. Dincola hasn't had a bad day at the plate, 3 for 5 with 3 singles and a couple of runs scored. One of many offensive standouts for the Collegians so far tonight. 14 total hits for Boulder, 7 for the Colorado Pirates. Here's the first pitch to Dincola. It misses high for ball 1. Now the 1-0 also misses, 2 balls and no strikes on the center fielder. We'll be back here at Scott Carpenter Park tomorrow for a doubleheader against the Colorado Sox. First pitch of game 1 should be around 5:30 p.m. The 2-0 is swung on and popped up on the infield. First baseman Strohs calls for it, and he makes the catch for the second out. That'll bring up Brady Rank. He's been on in 4 of his 5 trips to the plate tonight. you're looking for offensive MVPs, he's certainly in the conversation tonight. First pitch to Rank is taken high and outside for ball one. Even with the 7-run lead, the Collegians hitters aren't going up there and packing it in. They're still going to make Dane Perry work as the 1-0 is in there for a called strike one. Here's the 1-1 now on its way to Rank. Taken high and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Now the 2-1 can't find the zone either. And the count will move to 3 balls and 1 strike. Nick Arrivo waits on deck. Here's the 3-1. Outside for ball 4, and Brady Rank is on for a 5th time here tonight. The second walk he's drawn against Pirates pitching, and that will bring Nick Arrivo to the plate. Dane Perry still out there. And the bullpen for the Pirates is barren, so he will have to finish this one out for the Pirates on the mound. Arrivo standing in, and the first pitch from Perry is swung on and fouled right at the plate. No balls and 1 strike on Arrivo. He has reached in each of his last 3 trips to the plate. A single in the 5th. He was hit by a pitch in the 6th, and then last inning he doubled and came around to score on some heads-up base running. Stole third and then came around to score on a throwing error by the catcher Mason. Here's the 0-1, popped up into shallow left field. Going out is the shortstop, Wataka, but it falls in between Wataka and Dixon. Coming around to score is Rank. And Arrivo never stopped running. He ends up at second base on a little bloop double. Rank comes all the way around to score. Again, with the 2 outs, obviously you can take off on contact, and that brings home the 12th Boulder run of the night. So runner on second base, still with 2 outs for Cade Nelson now. First pitch to Nelson is taken high for ball 1. And the 1-0 is in there for a called strike one. One ball and one strike on Nelson. He swings at the 1-1 and fouls it away. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. 12-4, the Collegians lead. They have blown this game wide open ever since the top of the 5th inning. And they took a 6-4 lead. With a 4-run 5th, they followed it up with a 4-run 6th as well. And now a couple of runs here in the 8th and 9th have pushed it to 12-4. The 1-2 is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Nelson. Here's the pitch. Outside again. And the count is full on Cade Nelson. Brennan Nolte is on deck. Here's the payoff pitch to Cade Nelson. Swung on and hit foul. And we will do it once more. Nick Arrivo is still on second base. He doubled in Brady Rank all the way from first base on that little blooper that fell in between Wataka and Dixon. out in medium depth left field. Here's the 3-2 once more. Swung on and again foul, this time at the plate. Dribbles over toward the first base dugout, and Cade Nelson will survive to see at least one more pitch. Full count with 2 outs. Nick Arrivo on second base. Here's the payoff pitch to Nelson. It's swung on, little dribbler to short. Wataka has it, and just in time to first base to get Cade Nelson. The Collegians are looking for 3 more outs to seal this one. 12-4 they lead as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning at Scott Carpenter Park. You're listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixlr. The clouds beyond the center field fence turning to cotton candy as we head to the bottom half of the 9th inning here at Scott Carpenter Park. And Graham Gilchrist is back out there to finish this one out. First pitch to John Strohs is swung on and hit out to deep left field. Nick Arrivo is there. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Austin LeBerbere and Mccain Mason, the next 2 hitters for the Pirates. More of a formality at this point. Down to their final 2 outs. Facing a deficit of 8 runs, the Collegians lead 12-4 here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Gilchrist ready to deliver to LeBerbere. First pitch misses high for ball 1. The 1-0 on its way. Chopped foul at the plate. That was a fastball, looked like that got in on the hands of LeBerbere. It was all he could do to foul it straight back, and the count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Gilchrist looking for 2 more outs here. Here's the 1-1. That one misses and goes to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. Just about to hit the 2.5-hour mark. The 2-1 is in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike on LeBerbere. Mccain Mason, the catcher, is waiting on deck. I'm sure the last thing that Gilchrist wants to do is lose LeBerbere, and he does just that. takes ball 4 outside, a one-out walk drawn by the Pirates DH, and Mccain Mason will stand in with a runner on first and 1 out. Wayne Road awaits on deck. He will likely receive a chance unless Gilchrist can induce a double play here. And the first pitch is swung on, hit on the ground, right back to Gilchrist. He goes to second for 1, on to first. It's a double play. A fist bump from Gilchrist, and that one seals the game here. A 1-6-3 double play to end the affairs tonight at Scott Carpenter Park. The Collegians congregating on the mound for post-game handshakes. They take this one 12-4 against the Colorado Pirates, and from the 5th inning on, it was all Collegians overcoming a 4-2 deficit, plating 4 runs in the top half of the 5th inning to take a 6-4 lead. And then padding that lead with 4 more in the 7th, they plated a couple more in the last 2 innings to punctuate the scoring. 12-4 here tonight is the final score. Your offensive MVP of the night has to be Brady Renk. Reached in 5 of his 6 trips to the plate, earned 3 hits, 2 singles, a triple. He scored 3 runs. He also walked twice, drove in a couple on that triple in the 5th inning as well. And Graham Gilchrist certainly doing his job. 5 2/3 innings pitched, didn't allow a run, held the Pirates scoreless after the 4th inning. And the Collegians fans can go home happy after this one tonight. The next broadcast will be here. I'll be back with you tomorrow night. First pitch is scheduled for 5:30 for Game 1 of the doubleheader against the Colorado Sox. My broadcast partner Ethan Jordan will still be out of town, so I'll be bringing you both games of the doubleheader tomorrow night against the Colorado Sox. Should be a good game. The Boulder Collegians improved to 13-5 on the summer, and the Colorado Pirates dropped to 1-13. Again, the final score tonight, 12-4. The Collegians take it after overcoming a slow offensive start. Really turned it on in the middle innings and turned the ball over to Graham Gilchrist, who was nails on the mound for the Collegians, again pitching 5 2/3 innings of shutout baseball. Will Bratton wasn't bad. He allowed the 4 runs in the first 4 innings, but he was able to get things started and then hand the ball off to Gilchrist to finish it out. Once more, your final score, 12-4. The Collegians take it, improved to 13-5 this year. I'll be back with you tomorrow for the first game of the doubleheader against the Colorado Sox. Take care, everybody. Thanks for listening to Collegians Baseball on Mixlr.